You know, they had a lot of a lot of different struggles going on. But him and his sister, my aunt, he went off and became a school teacher. She became a principal. So they all both ended up going off to college and graduating, even though my grandmother didn't even have a high school diploma. My grandmother or grandfather didn't have high school diplomas. So they definitely had that strong work ethic from my grandmother, who was tough as nails, right? She was tough as nails, used to walk to work, you know. That was in that era where they walked to work, walked to school, and walked back home and things like that or whatever.
I walked 20 miles in
the snow. I walked 20 miles in the snow, in the heat, in the rain. I couldn't go to school. I had to work on the farm this week. That was literally their story. So, you know, so my dad to go off to college and to go off and do what he's done so far in life, that was a huge jump for him. You know, I remember sometimes he would brag to us. We didn't think it was bragging, but he was like, son, you know, look, I took y'all to Miami and I took you all over Georgia for vacation. It was like, that is Georgia. But you're talking to someone who grew up where the family didn't have a car. To where now he has 2-3 cars. They all didn't work too well, but he had 2-3 cars, and he was able to go out of town. That was a big deal to him.
Yeah, I get it.
Now it's like my son asks me, Dad, why we don't fly private? I'm like, good. You know,
take your butts back down.
Exactly. So you see how, but it's a good thing because, you know, he's used to fly. I didn't get on my first plane ride until I was 18 years old, going to boot camp. Right. You know, now my son is 12 years old. He's been on planes since he was, a couple months. You know what I mean? So, but now he's like, okay, well, I don't want to fly coach. I want to fly first class. I want to, you know, why we don't fly on a private plane. So now it's like, you know, but yeah.
No, I get it. The first, I think I was in my 30s before I rode
a plane.
Yeah, pretty sure I was in my 30s. There's a lot of you talk about your dad being happy he could take you around, but if you think about it, and you go back to the hood, there's people that ain't even left the hood.
Yeah,
they live there their whole life. You know, they don't know nothing outside of a couple blocks and streets. So yeah, it's a big accomplishment. You know, I used to do the same with my dad. I was lucky, even though we weren't very financially stable, we would go and visit family. So I was raised in South Texas, but I have family in West Virginia, Ohio, Kentucky area, the tri-state area up in there. And every summer we would drive through the South, through Louisiana. We would stop in Alabama and Georgia, and we would go up to West Virginia. We would do that every summer. So I did get lucky enough to see, you know, a little bit of the world. I would always think it's like going to different countries because it's so much different from regions of the. You be in the South, it's a different from being here in Denver or being in Kentucky, you know. So I would always enjoy traveling like that. So how close are you and your siblings? Are y'all far apart in age?
We were all born in 7 years. So my oldest to my parents kind of had kids a little bit later on. They was like, I want to say like 30s when my mom had my oldest brother, but we were all born, we were 7 years apart, all of us. So me and my next brother's probably like 3 years, and I think it's a 2-3 year gap, you know, so we're all pretty close. Yeah.
Were y'all just running around heathens?
Oh man, tearing up the house.